Hi folks, today we're going to be looking at a model exam answer for a chemistry question. It's paper 1, topic 1, which is atomic structure and the periodic table. This question is about atomic structure, and so that's where the content is going to have to come from the back of your brains. Let's have a look at the question. It says a gold medal was made for a competition. That's irrelevant. Let's look at the actual question. The actual question says the mass number of gold is 197. Describe the structure of a gold atom. Use the data sheet to help you. So let's look at our actual sentence where the question is and pick out some words. Describe the structure of a gold atom. That's what the question wants. To describe something means, it's an AQA command word, it means to give a factual and accurate account of something. So we need to accurately and factually tell the examiner about the structure of a gold atom. Not about any bonding, not about anything else, the structure. If you focus your question just on structure, you're going to get the marks. If you start waffling off on something else, you're wasting time and not giving yourself any marks in the exam. The data sheet is where the information is. The exam board have told you that, and so let's have a look at the data sheet. I've got a laminated one here, but you will get a copy of this in your exam paper. Gold is down here in our transition metals, and the information that we need to take from this is that the mass number of gold is 197 and the atomic number of gold is 79. That's information that you get from that data sheet. When you're answering about the structure of an atom, you can begin forming your answer by thinking generally about an atom. This question's worth 4 marks, and the first mark for this question is actually just describing to the examiner what an atom looks like. So if you mention that an atom contains protons and neutrons in the nucleus of an atom, with electrons orbiting in shells, you've secured yourself the first mark of this question. The first mark of the question is to tell the examiner, I know what an atom looks like. We then go into detail about the gold part of the question, and that's where the data comes from. You should know, looking at the atomic number and the mass number from a periodic table, what those numbers tell you. Let me just put this in here so we know what we're looking at. It will look something like this on your question. What we can see is that the atomic number, the smaller of the two numbers, is 79. And it's just factual recall now. You should know that this number tells you the number of protons and tells you the number of electrons. That's just a recall fact. The number of protons in gold is 79. The number of electrons in gold is 79. We know that has to be the case. Hopefully you'll be able to recall that elements, atoms in an element aren't charged. They're neither positive or negative. So that must mean protons with a positive charge and electrons with a negative charge are equal. It must mean that because they balance out to create a neutral atom of an element. There's 2 more marks. Recalling that fact gives you a mark there and a mark there. Your final mark is going to come from telling the examiner how many neutrons there are in gold, an atom of gold. We haven't used the mass number yet, have we? So we know we're going to have to use the mass number. And again, this is a little bit of recall and a little bit of application. Our mass number here tells us the number of protons and neutrons combined. Okay, so there are 197 protons and neutrons, but you've already worked out, if you've gone through the same process as me, that 79 of that total is protons. So what you have to do is take your 197, which you know are protons and neutrons combined, take away the amount that you know is protons, which is 79, and that gives you an answer of 118 neutrons, and that is your final mark of your 4-mark question. I'd like you to have a go at this now, using the same model answer that I've just given you. I'd like you to answer the question, which will be exactly the same, but instead of being about gold, I would like you to do it about silver. So silver has got a mass number of 108, an atomic number of 47. I would like you, please, to describe the structure of a silver atom. And that's worth 4 marks. Have a go at that now, pause the video, and then come back and see if you were right. So hopefully you've had a go at that question now. Hopefully in our 4 marks you've remembered that the first mark was for saying that the protons and neutrons are in the nucleus, if I can spell it right. The electrons are orbiting in shells. There's your first mark. Hopefully you were able to recall that the atomic number tells you the number of protons and the number of electrons, 47 of each of those, and hopefully you were able to remember that the mass number, take away the atomic number, gives you the neutrons. So neutrons is 108, take away 47, which gives you an answer of 61. Well done. See you for the next video.